Guys, welcome back to Jess Writes a Book. I am Jess, and today we are going to be doing my Rough Draft Challenge wrap-up. Originally, I had planned on doing this video sitting at my desk with a nice background and a little cup of coffee, the whole 9 yards. But this month has not played out that way, and this is the reality of life, so this is how we're doing it. So, December has proven to be just as busy and crazy as November was, but unfortunately this time it's not because I'm getting a ton of writing done. It is because I have been sick, we moved, we've been unpacking, it's the Christmas season, work has been absolutely crazy, and yesterday one of my coworkers put in her notice, so things are going to get even busier. This week, or actually tomorrow, we have the CEO of the new company my company has partnered with, who is coming to do a meet and greet, so that is all kind of hanging over our heads as well. So there's been a bunch of stuff going on in December that has made it hard for me to do these videos the way I had originally wanted. This video originally was going to go up in early December, right after the Rough Draft Challenge, and November finished, but that didn't happen, and I have just been kind of hanging on by a thread to these Vlogmas videos and have been just posting whatever I can get edited the quickest and whatever will be the fastest for me to get up. So this again is not quite how I saw this video happening. I did not intend originally to film it in my car, but it is what it is. This is what we have, so this is what we're gonna do. So if you were not around for my Rough Draft Challenge vlogs, I vlogged it the entire month, which I am very proud of. I will link that playlist down below. I have added all of the Rough Draft Challenge vlogs to one playlist. I will link it down below. If I can put a card up above, I will. If you were not here for that, I will go ahead and throw in a quick little montage wrap-up clip of the month now. So the month started out pretty well. I decided to do the Rough Draft Challenge, which was hosted by Sarra Cannon from Heart Breathings, in place of the NaNoWriMo. There are a whole host of videos all across YouTube about why people did not do NaNoWriMo this year, so I'm not going to get into that. I decided not to do NaNoWriMo and joined Sarra in the Rough Draft Challenge. She and her awesome husband George set up a website where we were able to track our word counts, and Sarra posted some vlogs throughout the month. She had a great Rough Draft Challenge planner, which I actually used this year. Usually I print out in previous years, Nano or November writing planner that she has, and I use it like once and then never touch it again. This year that was not the case. I actually used it. I really loved the sprint trackers, the word count trackers, the game boards. The only part of the challenge binder that I never use is the planner portion. She has a part where you can kind of plan like each day. It looks like a typical planner. I don't use that because I already have a separate planner, so I don't really need that. I'm more like her planners for the actual trackers and game boards and stuff like that, which I am going to be using in 2025. I'm going to be borrowing / creating my own, which you'll see that in a different vlog But yeah, that was one of the good things about this year, is that I did actually use the binder, and it really came in handy, and I think really made a difference. So another thing during the month of November that made a huge difference has been the community. This was something that I knew that I wanted to touch on in this video. Aside from my goals and what I achieved, I wanted to talk about the community. Just before November and the Rough Draft Challenge in October, I made the switch. I kind of rebranded and my YouTube channel. I made the switch over to Authortube, and that was honestly probably one of the best decisions I have ever made. My channel itself has seen a lot of growth, which I am very excited about and happy about and super, super grateful for. I'm just shy of 200 subscribers now, which is amazing. I started off 2024, I think, with maybe 30 subscribers, if that. It might have been 40, if that. Honestly, I think I really started the year off with like 20-something subscribers, and then by the time October came, I had maybe 40. And now we're up to almost 200, so I'm really excited about that. Thank you so much to each and every one of you who are here, who watch my videos, who comment and like. Every single comment and like and view means everything to me. It isn't just about like the numbers, but it truly is like validating and encouraging, and really has been kind of the encouragement and motivation that I have needed to keep on with my book. So I really, really appreciate all of you guys, and I wanted to take a second to say that. So now if we get down to the actual writing itself, the actual words, the numbers, all of the things. So I decided that in November I was going to continue the first draft of my story, Twisted Loyalties. I had started this story last year. I started NaNoWriMo last year writing this story, and I got about 30,000 words in, maybe not quite 30,000. I think it was more like 26,000 words into the story last NaNoWriMo, and then hit a wall. I didn't really know where I was going. I hadn't really outlined much, and I got kind of to the midpoint, maybe just before like the end of Act 1, and realized that I had no idea what I wanted to do in Act 2, or I had a vague idea, but I didn't know how to get there, and it all just became very frustrating, and I kind of gave up on it, and I ended up getting an idea for a different story, my train story that you've heard me talk about in a couple of my Vlogmas videos, and I decided to start writing that instead during Nano last year, and so that's what I did. I wrote maybe 30,000 words of that last year. And just to clarify, I did not write 30,000 words of Twisted Loyalties and then turn around and write 30,000 words of the train story. I had already started Twisted Loyalties before Nano. I don't remember what the word count was before Nano, but I wrote some. I think I wrote maybe 10,000 words during Nano of Twisted Loyalties, and then ended up switching over to the train story and wrote, I think, 25 or 30,000 words. And then I didn't write again basically for most of the year. That has always been my problem. I get very motivated and excited to write and in the mood to write during the fall months. Everybody's writing during this time. All of the writing videos are up. Everybody's Preptober videos are up, and Nano happens and all the things, and that is very motivating and exciting, and I like, it's so much fun to be part of the community and all of the excitement around writing during that time. So that always pushes me to write during those months. But then during the rest of the year, I have no motivation to write. So after Nano last year, I did not touch either of my stories really at all. I think maybe I did maybe another 2,000 to 3,000 words of the train story. Tried to push past my like uncertainty about Twisted Loyalties and figure out where I needed it to go. Didn't happen. So then next thing I knew, it was October, because this year has absolutely flown by. And everybody was posting their Preptober videos. Sarah was, and I somehow stumbled upon Authortube, which Sarah is obviously part of Authortube. I had also been watching for many years Kate Kavanaugh, who is obviously part of Authortube as well, and Anna New, and some of those bigger Authortube channels. But it had been a while since I had watched any of them, other than Sarra. I watch Sarra regularly because she also does her like planning content and HB90 and all that. But I decided, oh, it is Preptober. Let me check. I haven't watched Kate Kavanaugh in a while. Let me check out one of her videos. And I think I started watching hers again, and that pushed the YouTube algorithm, I guess, to start pushing me more writing content. And that is how I stumbled across Authortube, like, for real, and realized that Authortube was even really a thing, and stumbled across all of you awesome people who I have started watching. So, Cody the writer, Ian, Brielle, Alyssa, so many more. I will link down below all of the different Authortubers that I have discovered since October, whose channels I love, and who I watch regularly. I may do a separate video of that at some point, just kind of highlighting all of my favorite Authortubers. That might be a fun video to do, to give all of you guys some ideas for other people that you can maybe start following for 2025.
Okay, as you can see, we've had a little bit of a change of venue. It is later on in the evening now. I am back home, but I wanted to finish up my wrap up of the Rough Draft Challenge. So I did have an original goal of 25,000 words, and I am very happy to say that I not only surpassed that goal, but I doubled it. And not only that, but I finished the first draft of Twisted Loyalties. I'm so excited. It took me almost 2 years, maybe a year and a half, almost 2 years to finally finish that first draft, and I have finally done it. I'm very excited. And on top of that, I also got about almost 8,000 words written in a whole new story that I wasn't anticipating writing, which is amazing. I don't have a title for that story yet. I basically just have one, maybe two pretty long scenes. I just kind of got the idea and just kind of went with it and started free writing basically, and just kept going with it and got almost 8,000 words. So I'm very happy with that. I will go back to that story eventually, but I did really push to focus on Twisted Loyalties and get that one done. So going through the weeks specifically, the first week of the Rough Draft Challenge, so from November 1st through the 7th, I had a pretty good week. I wrote a total of about 5,000 words that week. I had a really good, so the first Friday of the month was a double down day. Double down days are something that Sarra does in her writing community pretty often, and she did that for the Rough Draft Challenge as well. So that first, actually it might have been, I forget if it was Friday or Saturday. It might have actually, I believe it was actually Saturday. So that first Saturday, I did not participate in the double down day. We were in the midst of moving and all the things. You guys saw the vlogs, you know all the things. But then on Sunday morning, I ended up getting up and writing like 3,000 words or something all in one sitting. So that was perfect. I started off the week ahead of my goal, using Sarra's Rough Draft Challenge website. It has the same kind of setup as the NaNoWriMo website, where it has a kind of line graph for where you should be each day if you're meeting your goal, and then it shows you where you actually are if you're above the goal or below it. And I spent the majority of the month well above my goal. Not only was my goal for the month to write 25,000 words, but I also had a goal to write, I believe it was 1,000 words every day. And I wanted to, originally I said I wanted to do 3 sprints a day, and I wanted to write every day. So that did not happen. I wrote about 20 days out of the 31 days, or 30 days. So 20 out of 30 days. I will take that. That is pretty good, especially when you figure that I hadn't written basically at all the entire year before that. And so while I did not hit that goal, and I did not do 3 sprints a day, a lot of the time I did one longer sprint, and I was able to write more than 1,000 words, more than my goal for the day in one sprint. So I didn't need to do more sprints, which ended up working out perfectly. I will talk more about kind of what I learned and what I wanted to take from the Rough Draft Challenge more towards the end of the video. But this was something that really ended up working out for me, was having longer sprints. So that was the first week. Then the second week, so I actually have a correction. I went back and looked. The first week I actually wrote over 11,000 words. I will put the card up for my week 1 vlog, and like I said, I will have the whole playlist down below. I wrote over 11,000 words the first week. The second week I wrote over 9,800 words. So well above my goals for each day and each week. The third week I wrote 12,000 words, and then the fourth week I went all out and I managed to hit the 50,000 words, the 50,000 word goal. I surpassed, I should say, my 25K word goal just before the midpoint, the middle of the month, and decided I already hit my goal. Let's go for 50,000. And I did that. I said that I wanted to surpass my goal in Twisted Loyalties, the original story, and then I said that I wanted to hit 50,000 words, and I did that. Between all 4 weeks, like I said, I wrote 20 of 30 days. I did sprints, longer sprints. I went live a few times. I joined in on a ton of writing sprints and live videos and productive days, thanks to all of you guys. And it was so much fun. I had a great time. This was by far the best writing month, nano, or this type of challenge month that I have had ever, and I have been doing nano for several years now, and I'm very happy with how things turned out and the way that everything went. So what I'm taking from this is I really learned about myself that longer sprints actually work for me. Sitting down and writing for like an hour straight, 2 hours straight, I'm able to write. I can write 1,000, 2,000, maybe more words in a day if I sit down for long stretches like that. So one of the things that I was doing during the Rough Draft Challenge was waking up in the morning and having a writing sprint right first thing in the morning after I woke up before work, and being able to sit and write for that hour and a half uninterrupted. I was able to get 1,000, 2,000 words written first thing in the morning. And then anything I wrote after that, if I did write later on in the day, was just kind of gravy on top. And I think that that is a routine that I would really like to stick to. It hasn't happened in December. We're still settling into our new house and everything. But going into 2025, I think that's something that I would really like to implement and stick to. I am going to have a separate vlog coming, or video I should say coming, talking about my writing goals for 2025, my writing schedule, all those things. So I'll talk more about that in that video. But that is definitely the thing that I learned the most about myself and about this process. So there you have it. There is kind of the wrap up of my experience of the Rough Draft Challenge. I had a great time. I'm so thankful to Sarah and the Heartbeat Beats community for putting this together, and kind of being the glue that held us all together. I'm so thankful for all of you for watching my videos and being supportive and encouraging and engaging with the content. It was a huge game changer for me, and more than anything, even finishing my books and everything, that honestly means the most to me. I don't have a lot of friends who are writers who have the same passions and interests, so having this little corner of the internet with so many people who have the same interests and who are working towards the same goals is so important to me and so motivating, and I thank you guys so much for that. Yeah, I'm hoping that we all can keep the same energy going into December, going into the new year. I hope that you guys are all finishing other projects you have, or if you're taking time to rest and take a break, then that is so valid. And I hope you have an amazing holiday season. I hope you have an amazing December, and that we can all continue on into 2025 with our projects. I'm so excited to read all of your stories and books and get to see all of us reach our goals and make our dreams come true. And thank you guys so much for being here. Happy writing, and I will see you guys in the next one.